We're glad you're here, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. Greg has a night off. Here are your top stories and weather in 90 seconds. We are continuing to follow some breaking news. Orlando police officers are investigating a shooting here along Mercy Drive. We're told a pursuit was authorized by the department and ended along Old Winter Garden Road near John Young Parkway. The investigation closed the intersection down for several hours. Also breaking at this hour, over in Pinellas County, sheriff's deputies here are investigating a death involving an alligator. You can see the scene here. We have blurred out a portion of the image. This is in the Ridgecrest Park area where there's a 5-acre lake. Brightline is now up and running, up and down from Orlando to Miami. Today was the first official day of service for the near high-speed rail trains. Businesses are expecting an influx of business. More than $6.4 billion is expected to be brought into the state. It's been a really nice day as we head into the weekend. If you were going out to the beach or have plans, take a look at this. What's checking right now with certified meteorologist Chris Gilson. We want to know what we can expect for the rest of the weekend.
Beautiful out there this evening, Friday, and it looks like it's going to stick around as we head into Saturday as well. Let's go out to downtown Orlando. The Safe Touch Security System Skycam. Temperature of 85 degrees, mild evening underway. No rain to worry about this evening. We'll stay dry and quiet overnight with temperatures down into low to mid 60s. Then those highs return to the middle to upper 80s tomorrow.
The Brightline has been a long-awaited service for many businesses here in Central Florida, hoping that more tourists means more dollars in their pockets. Visit Orlando does not have official projections yet, but it does believe the train will open up Orlando for more international travelers coming through South Florida. Spectrum News 13's Nicole Griffin caught up with one attendee of this morning's ceremony who is keeping his fingers crossed for big business.
While tons of people were excited to see that first Brightline train pull into Orlando, no one was more excited than the general manager here at Rosen Shingle Creek, who's hoping they'll see a big boost from having more travelers come from South Florida.
We're staying busy, Wills. That's the beauty. Stay busy.
There's nothing Dan Giordano likes more than staying busy. As general manager of Rosen Shingle Creek, he's got 15 restaurants, 1,500 guest rooms, and tons of event spaces to check in on.
Staying busy?
Oh yeah.
But now he has a little extra pep in his step.
It's a great day for our region, a great day for Orlando. It's just super exciting.
He was among those who welcomed the first Brightline train from Miami to Orlando Friday morning. He's hoping the new service to and from South Florida will bring big business back to the hotel.
Anytime you move people from one place to the other, it's really beneficial. Mobility is a very important concept wherever you go.
According to Brightline, independent studies show the combination of construction and operations for this newly expanded rail service will generate more than 10,000 jobs, 2,000 permanent jobs, and more than $6.4 billion in direct economic impact to the state.
This will provide not only more economic benefit to all of us, but I think the international visitors from South Florida will come and join us here. Our guests here will go potentially take a day down south. So there's a lot of give and take, and I think net, it's really just a terrific addition to our marketplace.
Giordano says it's still too early to estimate how much Brightline will boost their bottom line, but he is hopeful.
And now's when the real word of mouth begins, because when you have actual travelers, that's some of your best marketing.
Confident this will move the area in a great direction.
Yeah, I think we're sitting pretty.
What's even more exciting for them here at the hotel is eventually the Sunshine Corridor will pick Brightline passengers up at the International Airport and take them down to I-Drive, practically dropping the travelers off at their doorstep. Reporting on scene in Orlando, Nicole Griffin, Spectrum News.
With the Orlando station now open, Brightline is turning its attention to Tampa. Crews are planning an 85-mile route that would run in the medians of I-4 and State Road 417. For now, there are few details about the project and no clear timeline on when it could start. We have reached out to Brightline for more information. We have not yet heard back. Lakeland has also expressed an interest in getting a Brightline stop. Our team coverage of Brightline's first day of service in Orlando continues at the top of the hour. Our Greg Pallone will be taking taking a look at the safety measures in place to keep passengers, pedestrians, and drivers moving along. And our Maciel Leva is taking us along for a ride to and from Miami. Join us at the top of the hour for much, much more.
The people must be able to shop in a grocery store, walk down the street, or sit peacefully in a classroom and be safe from gun violence. But instead, our nation is being torn apart by the tragedy of it all.
U.S. Congressman Maxwell Frost was there with President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris at the White House today as they established the new federal Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Our Karina Capabianca spoke with the congressman about this win for gun safety advocates.
This was a full circle moment for freshman Representative Maxwell Frost, who was once the national organizing director for March for Our Lives, a group seeking to end gun violence. When he got to Congress, Frost proposed a new federal Office of Gun Violence Prevention. At the White House, Frost got to see his proposal become a reality. The first bill Democrat Maxwell Frost introduced as a congressman sought to establish an Office of Gun Violence Prevention, but it lacked Republican support in a divided Congress.
We wanted to try to get it passed here in the House, but we know it's difficult, and sometimes when you're in a minority, you have to get creative and figure out other ways that you can implement laws that you think are very important.
Frost is now celebrating President Joe Biden's decision Friday to create the office through an executive order. Vice President Kamala Harris will oversee the office, and one of Biden's policy advisors, Stephanie Feldman, will serve as its director. The office will look at how the government can be more proactive against gun violence. Its creation follows the passage of the bipartisan Safer Communities Act Biden signed last summer, following mass shootings in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas. That gun safety legislation included funding for states to set up red flag laws and money for mental health services.
They're also going to be working at helping to disperse a lot of the funds that we have right now for the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act and that we will get when we take back the House and get more money for community violence interruption agencies and programs across the country.
As Biden seeks re-election, Frost, the first Gen Z member of Congress, believes the steps the administration has taken hoping to reduce gun violence will energize younger Americans to vote.
It's a huge issue. When you speak with younger voters, the top things we're going to talk about are the climate crisis, gun violence, and civil rights, and protecting our rights.
Although Biden has now created the office through executive order, Frost says he'll still push for passage of his legislation so that the office cannot be dismantled by a future president hostile to its mission. In Washington, Karina Capabianca, Spectrum News.
Tracing back the reputation of a county. Our community in Citrus County has earned the name of Little Ocala over the years. We'll explain. Right now, though, we want to talk weather with certified meteorologist Chris Gilson.
Beautiful out there this evening, Tammy, and we welcome in fall tomorrow, and it looks like it's going to be welcomed in on a high note here in Central Florida this weekend. We'll break down that weekend forecast when we come back.